I describe him as a monster when he came out. What I saw of him was very scary. That was nobody who anybody want around them.
That's the frank assessment of 58-year-old Ronald Scott. His brother, 55-year-old Alden Scott, was released from prison on Friday, with officials announcing his status as a registered sex offender. According to the older brother, the 55-year-old died in hospital this morning after he was found bleeding from the nose through a dirt road. He wasn't sure what his exact cause of death was.
Automatically, he knew that that was going to be a death sentence for him. I'm not saying that he was no saint, right? But that's being judge, jury, and executioner to him. That's my opinion on that. Because you know for sure you're going to stir up the public. He ain't no saint, but he's not the only criminal. There's plenty of sex offenders out there who have done worse crimes than him or as bad crimes as him.
Scott, who lives in Grand Bahama, tells me that his brother was expelled from school at the age of 10 for stabbing a teacher with a protractor from a geometry set. He says their father then asked him what he planned to do with his life now that his schooling days were done at just the age of 10. The older brother says that was too young an age to neglect him.
But he was removed from school, and I don't think he got much support from our parents because he was pretty much left to just roam the streets by himself. They didn't try to get him back in school. They didn't do anything basically for him. He just ended up on his own from the age of 10.
I spoke to Scott, a mechanic with 6 children, over Zoom. He tells me that at 13, his brother wound up on the maximum security wing of the prison as part of a group of 7 who were charged with murder and armed robbery. It was just one of many stints he had behind bars.
I can imagine how much time they must have raped him when he was only 13 years old. If you don't turn into a beast, then you get eaten by the system.
Members of the public have called on government to do more to ensure that perpetrators of sex crimes are punished for their acts. The enforcement of a sex offenders registry, which Scott was on, has been hailed as a step in the right direction. The 55-year-old last went to prison at the start of 2021 after he admitted to indecently assaulting a 9-year-old girl. Prior to that, he served 6 years for raping a 17-year-old girl. And while he refers to his brother as a monster, the older Scott brother doesn't think he bears the full blame.
He was a very bad person. I'm not here to try and goody two-shoe him to try to make it look as if like he was some innocent person. He was not innocent. He did some horrible things, some horrible people, and for that, I can sympathize with them. But I don't think that his life had to turn out that way.
Reporting for the Guardian News Network, I'm Jared Higgs.